There are two new additions which we are going to see in the much acclaimed Pulsar family. That is the CS400 and the SS400 from Bajaj Auto. And to tell us more about these two concepts which are being showcased at this Auto Expo, we have with us Joseph Abraham, Head of R&D at Bajaj Auto. Joe, which of these two will come first for bike aficionados?
We're going to have this one coming out first. This is very close to the personalizing point of view. That's going to happen a little later on. This one is going to be the super sport version, the SS as we call it. The NS you've already seen before, that was launched a little time back, and it's got a good reception in the market. This is now the Pulsar being taken to the next level, as it would be, of a sports motorcycling. So everything on this from a technique point of view, from an ABS to large disc brakes to large diameter forks to high performance 375cc engine with the triple spark on it, which is the Bajaj technique, which is there for ensuring a great blend between performance and fuel economy. We've done all of that on this, including fuel injection. So it's really a super precise product to use in the market, very quick, not like a 150cc or a 250cc engine in the market. This is up there in terms of what it can do, in terms of...
And was there any contribution from the KTM guys also here? Was it done in partnership?
No, this is a purely Bajaj product. It's a purely Bajaj product and it works out of a Bajaj platform.
Can it also have a derivative, a KTM version of it with a different differently mapped
We use underlying platforms or core engineering in a certain manner, but each time it branches out to have different characters.
Yes.
Because a KTM stands for ready to race, and a Pulsar stands for a very different level of performance.
Yes.
We talk about a blend of practicality and performance. That's what Pulsar is always about. So from that point of view, a KTM will need its own attitude and its own approach towards life, and which is perfectly fine. But this then has its own way of going about the customer. Because we believe that the customer should not be confused between choosing a KTM or a Pulsar. There's a different story over there. KTM stands for very different attitudes and Pulsar stands for different attitudes. We believe there's enough space for both. So therefore there's no point in overlapping these things out.
So you're saying all the design, the engineering work was done in-house?
Yes, that's right.
And how many people were involved and how long were you developed?
These are things which we use a different approach of designing internally. So I would not be ready to want to talk about those aspects. But let's put it this way, that the Pulsar platform is responsible for all the development of Pulsars, so from the very first version to what you're seeing over here now. So it's a team that's very closely knit from a point of view of the brand values and stuff like that.
And how far can you extend the Pulsar brand in terms of different siblings, if one way to call it?
If you see the past, the Pulsar was primarily the 150, 180 and the 220.
Yes.
They were pretty similar in what they stood for. But if you see now, what we try to do is to move Pulsar to the point of saying this is something to do about the personality of a person. It's to do with a certain aggressive nature of a guy. And a guy could have then different ways in which he presents himself from his aggression point of view. That's why you have an NS, which has got one kind of a feel to it, and you have an SS, which is a very different kind of a feel to it. But if you look at it, it's unmistakable that it's a Pulsar. It does have the genetic code the same, it has the same level of aggression. So rather than a typical soft, smooth style that you have mostly on a sports bike, you see over here that it's far more
very sculpted, very
sculpted, very emphatic.
And the CS400, I believe that's still further away from production, isn't it? I mean,
the CS will be following suit. After this comes out, then the other one is going to come out.
But that could be an Indian equivalent of a Diavel or something like that.
Let's put it this way, this is a mindset story. And what we thought was, what we kind of actually tried to tackle over here was something about a guy who is wanting to be larger than life, and he wants to be seen on something that's really also larger than life. So if you look at the very attitude that's been created over here, the entire approach has been from a perspective of trying to look at a physical size, a volume and a mass, but it's always a Pulsar. So if you look at that and you say, what would have happened if I would have taken this Pulsar and really taken it to the next level of aggression? That's the answer for you. So it's a natural evolution of that coming on to the CS or the cruising sport. And what we tried to create was a blend between road performance and something that's of cruising nature. But it's not a cruiser in outright sense. It still has an attitude of performance oriented.
The sporty nature.
Yeah, exactly. A cruiser is something on which you say, okay, I'm going to just relax. Not in this guy. He's going to bite you back if you relax on it. But it's at the same time having a little different attitude as compared to what an NS does.
Going forward, as a part of the evolution of the brand, can we expect, say, even a 500 cc version of
yes,
the
it's a possibility that is there, but these are things that have to be looked at carefully. You would never be wanted to have to stretch a brand beyond a point. So these are things that will be found out based upon how the response of the market comes, or whether the brand can evolve further or not, or whether it kind of has a limit to its ability to stretch.
Okay, and in terms of the CS400, I mean, these are really showcase products for you at today in terms of R&D capabilities. Do you think your R&D capabilities of your team has reached international level, or do you think there are certain areas?
We definitely think so, because we have a situation where we are today dealing with some of the best people in the business, and we do co-working together. So, I mean, we have the capability, as you can see by the products and what they can do. It's really there. From ability to style, to the ability to design, to the ability to create performance, and to also create durability. It's all there. And whether it's emissions or it's fuel economy, you can see that we're really a benchmark in terms of what we can do. Even with basic technology, how to really get the best out of it.
That's a big positive, not only for Bajaj Auto, but for the overall Indian automotive industry, overall Indian automotive industry as well.
It's been years, so
yes.
We keep improving. There's no limit to it for sure. The world is not static,
right.
So we have to keep improving.
Thank you, Joe, for sparing your time, and wish you all the best with these products. Thank you very much for talking to us. There you are. Bike aficionados can look forward to two new siblings. That is the 400cc versions of the Pulsar, and we will bring you more. And as Joe said, the story doesn't end here. It can go even further above, and we'll tell you more about those strategy later. Keep watching. Thank you for watching.